Hi guys, this is Crowded Tea and we are on Mineville's Earth SMP. I wanted to come on here and tell you guys a little bit about the bundles because all of the videos that I made about bundles have now changed. So there are a few different bundles. We have our dailies. This is cool. This guy's free. You can also access that by doing /daily, and that will bring this up for your daily bundles. Or you can come over here to spawn. You got a handful of different ones over here. There's our daily. Again, Iron Golem up there. You can use a command. You can smack this. We also have luxury bundles. You have the monthly bundle. This guy will change every single month. You have an eternal bundle and you have a cosmetic bundle. What I'm going to focus on here is exactly how the bundle system works, which might be a little tricky because I do tend to be more of a free to play, so I don't sit here and have tons and tons of bundles to open, but I want to show you. So if we go into a bundle, let's just say, for example, the luxury bundle, and I'm going to pop down here and I am going to preview what you can get out of your luxury bundle. Now, if you look, we have some free options here. If I am sitting on a free, it does not cost me a bundle to open. It is free. Oh, how nice. We have commons. All of these items have the exact same probability of coming up. What that probability is, I don't want to do the math for that. But they all have the same probability because they are all of a common rarity. Then you get over here into the legendary. Now, these are the special ones. And there is a little stipulation here. So depending on which bundle we are talking about, let's say I want to get those legendary items because those are the cool ones that we really want. Those are the spawners. Um, let's say, let's go into the monthly bundle and just to take a quick preview at that. So when we are talking about our monthly bundle, those are your gold items. See, these guys are not gold. These are all common, but the legendaries are your gold versions of them. Okay, so now that being said, let's get into exactly how these work. Obviously, you're going to want to get the legendary items. It has now changed. So in order to get a legendary under daily, you need to open 10 bundles. To get the luxury, you need to open 5. To get the monthly here, you need to open 10. To get the eternal, you need to open 5. So I have to purchase and open 5 eternal bundles in order to be guaranteed a legendary. And then when Pizza made the announcement, he didn't say about the cosmetics, but I looked at the cosmetic menu and it looks like it is running very similar. If I look under preview, you can see how these guys are all common, but you get over here and these are legendary. So I want to say the cosmetics are very similar. And because it's not a monthly bundle, I'm guessing that that is also 5. I am not going to buy 5 cosmetic bundles to find out. Okay, so let's see how this works. I'm going to go into my daily bundles just because I have a lot of daily bundles. Oh, that's the cosmetics, silly me. I'm going to go into my daily bundle just because I have a lot of daily bundles sitting here. Now, if I preview this, if you look, it tells me I have won that. I have won that. I have won that. I have not won that. So you see how it tells me what I have opened. I have managed to open everything except that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the bundle and we're going to see what happens. What happens when I open this guy? Open you up. Now let's check out my preview. I have now won everything. Interesting. Okay. So let's see how this works. It says I have to open 10. I really don't like doing this at spawn. See, and there you go. Now I'm getting close to my legendary. Better check my inventory. Okay, I got room in my inventory. Always check your inventory if you're sitting at spawn, because what's going to happen is your inventory is going to get full while you're doing this. And then there you go. I got 10 open. There's my legendary. Let's open that. And I got, ooh, a rabbit spawner. Okay, so the other bundles are going to work very similar. Like I said, for luxury and eternal, you only need to do 5 opens. And for the elemental bundle, you need to do 10. But it's going to work very similar to that. Okay, so one of the things you do want to be careful about is when you're sitting here at spawn and you're opening up a bunch of bundles. See how I got that rabbit spawner sitting here at spawn? If your inventory is full, it will fall onto the floor instead of going directly into your inventory. And a lot of players like to take advantage of that. So keep this in mind. Thank you for watching my video. Here's my word of advice, especially with this elemental bundle. So if I'm sitting over here and I'm buying and I'm paying real world cash or my orbits into buying this bundle and it's throwing all these cool stuff into my inventory, you will get these random players that come up behind you and they throw stuff in your inventory. Now you thought you had space. You don't have space because they just gave you 15 different items and it's going to end up going onto the floor. And that's what they are anticipating on in order to scam you. They come up behind you and when it falls on the floor, they pick it up. So personally, what I prefer to do is I prefer to do this kind of stuff in the privacy of my own little base so that if whatever reason my inventory is full and it falls on the floor, I am there by myself. I can control what's in my inventory. Nobody's throwing stuff in my inventory. And if I do accidentally be too full, I can always just throw a thing on the ground to pick up, particularly my wonderful gold item that I got from my elemental bundle or something along those lines. So I'm not losing anything out of my inventory by hanging out here at spawn while somebody's checking stuff in my inventory. Now, another nice thing to look at is when you're looking at bundles, if you are a patron, there's patron plus, and there's patron plus plus. Okay. If you are a patron, which means you have spent $500 or more on the game, and if you look up at the top where it says refresh, can I get up there? You're not going to let me up there because I'm not a patron or because I'm on a controller. I'm not sure. But if you look at the top where it says refresh, 0 left, there's 0 left because I am not a patron. If I was a patron, I would get 3 refreshes a week. So if I don't like this particular item, I can click the refresh button and it will refresh. I can do that 3 times a week if I am a patron. I can do it 4 times a week if I am a patron plus. I have not seen anything on the patron plus plus. I am going to guess that's probably 5, just judging from the other ones. And if I'm not a patron, I have no refreshes. I will continue to sit on that pet until I open it, unfortunately. So I am not 100% sure how I feel about this. I don't like the idea of the bundles not refreshing because, for example, here I have a trench shovel. That may be kind of nice. I think I had something that was stuck on a trench axe for a while. Did not like that. And then you have no choice but to buy the shovel in order to go on to the next item. So I don't really like the idea of being stuck on an item that I don't necessarily want or need just to get to some item that I might need later. Not my cup of tea, really. I like to be, if I'm going to drop money on a game, I want to be able to drop it on an item that I want specifically and have some way to get to said item that I want. So not totally hot on that whole system. But the majority of what I buy comes off of the auction house, so I don't worry about it too much. That's my personal opinion. I'm sure there's lots of perspectives to look at that. But that is how the new bundle works. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Bye.